Good evening, Glaives, Jacks, and Nanos. Michael Feenan here for the9thworld.com, along with my sidekick, Isis, back here. This evening we've got a special video for you. I'm going to do an unboxing of a box. This is the Reliquary box set from Monte Cook Games' Kickstarter project to create an all-inclusive set that has source books, game accessories, and other materials for Numenera games. We'll take a look at what's in it and show you everything that you can get. So getting started, we do the standard. Pop the tape. Let the trusty Leatherman do its work. And we have mystical bubble wrap. Packing slip. Lots of bubble wrap. That is your first look at the box, wrapped in plastic with the same custom artwork that comes on the standard source book. This is a sleeved box, so let's just make a slice through here. Don't need that. And we see the flip lid opens up. This is a nice inset piece of artwork here so that when it's closed it actually sits flush. It's got a little magnetized cover on it that actually holds that on there as we open it up. Right on top we have the cloth, or the sort of foamy, it feels like a mouse pad kind of material for the playmat. In a little plastic sealed bag here. Yes, this is very much like a giant mouse pad, but gives you your special roll results, distance checking, damage track. You have task difficulty assignments, and then the same thing then reproduced on the other side for players, special rolls, distance, and damage track with the artwork. Very nice, thick material that will lay nicely on a table. It won't slide around on you or anything. Then we have the cloth map reproduction. This is the same map that would be in the book itself, screen printed on a sort of muslin type material. All the edges are hemmed so it won't fray. That makes for a nice handout, nice roll up. Everything on here is labeled the exact same as the map from the book. Otherwise, very nice. The cloth map is a very nice touch. Then lots of the small bits. My $10 off coupon. XP deck, so this kind of is a mini set. You can actually buy a larger box set of XP cards. I have those, and I find that I don't need as many as necessarily come in that box sometimes. So this is actually a nice touch for being able to pass out XP if you use, maybe you're used to using the little jewels or coins or whatever the case may be. This just gives you another nice little tactile interpretation of that, the ones, and then you'll have 5 or 4s back here at the back, and then credit card. Not credit card, but card of giving credit. We have a Numenera pin, because why not? Numenera pin. We have the Numenera notebook. This is all unruled paper, so you can draw maps or make notes or do whatever you need on there. This looks like new Numenera artwork in terms of what we've seen in the past, so that's nice. Beware the Impossible. This is one of the add-ons from Monte Cook and Shannon Germain. I believe this is a collection of stories and some additional rules. Looks like actually mostly short stories. So just a little light reading, give your area some flavor, maybe get some ideas. Again, this artwork is something we've seen before with the three characters, Glaive, Jacks, and Nanos represented. So these would be our intrusion and weird decks. These were all, I believe, additions through the stretch goals, and give you just different effects in terms of what you can do to players as they're exploring. So in this case, the first one I see here is a gravity rule. Creature object seems to ignore gravity. A man pulls along a glass pyramid about 1 foot to a side on a copper chain fixed to his belt. The man's head and occasionally, at the level of the man's head, and occasionally moans as if in pain. So this gives you just some things that, if you're looking for a way to make something a little bit more weird in your game, you could grab a tree. They're out exploring. The tree is made of a strange, normally inorganic material. A leafless tree with bark as soft as skin grows in a ruin. Sometimes at night, the tree whispers secrets in a strange language. So, just a way to add flavor. There's quite a few cards here. It looks like that's about a stack of 60 or so cards. And all kinds: family, weapons, combinations, glass, companion, wind. So there's a lot there that you can go through in terms of getting weird things. And actually, it looks like we've got 2. So double that. This looks like the exact same thing. Yes. So in total, that looks more like, 120 cards, give or take. So that's one huge amount of weird. Just quick ideas, and you could use these probably as adventure stubs in terms of grabbing a ruler. So here you go. This is probably a great one. The leader of a locale is chosen in a unique manner, and so use that idea as the stub for an adventure. So plenty of ways to put that to use. Then we've got the GM Intrusion deck, which is in a similar fashion. They've got it split up here into 2 packages. We'll open up both of them here at the same time. Leatherman Wave, by the way, one of the greatest tools invented by man. So the GM Intrusion deck looks like it's the same size as the Weird deck. This just gives you, again, the same kind of deal where if maybe you have trouble coming up with stuff off the cuff and you need a quick intrusion, you can reach into here and say an interaction. The NPC is distracted by someone he finds extremely attractive, increasing the difficulty of the interaction by 1 step, unless the character can figure out a way to use the attraction to her advantage. So these are just ways of throwing in a quick intrusion, and then combine that with your XP cards. Intrusion, toss out your 2 XP so they can give 1 out to one person, 1 out to another person. And we've got combat. It looks like we've got 2 different sets here, and they're colored. So some of these are red-backed. The red-backed ones look like they are combat intrusions, while the purple-backed ones are interaction intrusions, or miscellaneous. Or no, miscellaneous is purple. So these are color-coded. So that's actually pretty neat. You can set these up then as the GM in front of you and know miscellaneous, gray for the interactions, and reds for the combat. I have not seen, to my memory, that the Weird and Intrusion decks are available separately. So you may have to only get this in the box set, although I would expect they probably, if it's not available yet, I would probably anticipate these being available separately. This looks special. It's in a bag. It makes jingly sounds. These would be the redesigned Numenera dice. I'll hold those up here. Let's make sure we can see those up close here. Zoom. So those are your Numenera dice with the redesigned edges. It's a 4 dice set. D6, 2 D10s, and a D20. And you can buy the Numenera dice as a separate buy at their website as well. But they come with a nice bag. The bag's got the Numenera logo screen printed onto it. Now we get into another map. This, I believe, is the same map as the cloth one. However, this may be, I apologize if this is a bit too big to see in the entire screen here, but this is the full world map. This is the same map you get to see in the Ninth World Guidebook. So if you have not seen that yet, this is a view of what the entire continent looks like. So the normal core book covers this little section right here. And then the guidebook added in these additional areas, but we still have all of this left to go. And of course the rings that we don't have an explanation on yet, at least not officially. This is actually a plasticized material of some kind. I would venture to guess you could probably use dry erase marker on this without hurting it. It feels like that kind of material. And then of course this is the same the normal Ninth World map that's on the cloth map that's in the book, just larger and fully labeled. Very nice. Excellent. Then we get into, I won't probably open all of these up individually because I don't know how many there are, but these are some of the individual maps. So here we have Key. Okay, maybe there's just one here. There's your map of Key. Key with a key. Different locations identified, scale. Again, nice big map. This is great for a table in terms of helping the players understand where they're at. On the back side, if you don't have the bestiary yet, this gives you an idea of some scale between the different creatures and how they compare to each other. This is a very nice nice way of seeing real quickly, you know, how big something is if you're trying to describe it. Also, if you don't have the bestiary, I highly recommend picking it up. It's an excellent excellent supplement. Artwork. So this is some of the new artwork that I believe is all signed through the or no, I guess we just have the one here, don't we? This is number 1170 of 2400. So this is the same artwork that we saw earlier on the little notebook that got included that they had commissioned for the box set. It's very nice. I have no idea what is on it. Looks like some kind of airship creatures and some giant structure in the background. Then we've got our PreGems. So if you're looking to get some people started very quickly, there's a stack here of 6, I think. Yeah, 6 PreGems, all pre-filled out with imagery, names, backgrounds, all their connections and skills. On the other side, you've got all your stats, special abilities, whatever they happen to own. So this is a good way to very quickly get some folks into a game if they're just starting or if you're at a convention or whatever. These could be extremely handy. I could see scanning these in and kind of keeping images of them handy so that I can print them out on a whim if you have a guest player even or something like that. That's very nice as well. Numenera cheat sheet. Good for just tossing around the table. Explains things, pools, effort, edge, assets, skills. Then on the other side, just some quick stats on weapons and armors and difficulty. So some of this, like the task difficulty, was on that rubber play mat that we saw at the very start. So something there, and it's also it's nice and plastic carded. So that's that would get passed around well. The character creation walkthrough. This is just another kind of nice touch if you have a lot of players. People are always, you know, trying to. When you have a group trying to make characters together, undoubtedly books get passed around and you have people waiting. This gives you a quick way of just saying, here's the process. It's in 2 quick sides. Everything is labeled to key together between the character sheet and the point on here, so you can pass those around to help get your characters made, even though it's already pretty quick and easy. Speaking of characters, a whole bunch of character sheets. I think this is 25. You can buy a packet of these as well on their website. Makes it just very, very quick and handy. You can print these out yourself, of course, but just gives you some quick ones there. Maps of the Ninth World. This is what I thought the other deal was. So this is all of those maps from the book, and I think maybe the Ninth World guidebook have been, and you can buy this as a PDF as well, but this is the pre-printed version of it. So the world map, but then you've got all the individual sections zoomed in for more detail, quick cities there. So this makes it's always easier to hand this stuff out, save yourself a little bit of ink. But you can buy this, I know, through their site, and also on like Drive-Thru RPG as a PDF as well. So that is available to folks. There's the key map, so this is the same as the other large printed out map as well. But this is a sizable, I don't think there's page numbers on it, but there's a lot there. There's a whole lot here. That's a stack of maps, and they're double-sided as well. What's really nice though is, let's take one of these easier to see ones. So if you're looking at Navarine, for instance, on the back side of each one is the exact same map, but with nothing labeled on it. So that's also an extremely nice touch, especially if you're trying to create a little bit of your own world, or you don't want to give a sense of where things are. So that's excellent. That's a fun thing. And then, of course, you have your player's book. This is actually slightly different cover-wise than the normal one. I'll show you here in just a comparison between this and the normal player's book. You have a setting book. This is actually taken, I believe, straight out of the core book. And if you actually look here, these are the different sections. So this is your normal, well, not normal, this is the special edition core book, but each of these chunks have been kind of divided up into separate sections. So if I'm the GM and I need to be setting something up while my players are making characters, I can hand them off the player's book while I keep the GM section for what I'm doing, or the setting section. And these are each also brand new artwork on these books. So that's what those look like by themselves. Very nice artwork. Very neat to see that split up as well. It's all the same content that you would expect, but just much quicker. Also, I notice in the corners, just for what it's worth, because of the way the source book is split up, you'll notice these are keyed. So these are pages 1 through 28, 129 through 318, and so forth and so on. I think I mixed up these last two. So that gives you an idea if you're wondering where in the normal source book to find that material. This is basically equivalent to this. And last but not least, the Art of Numenera. This was something that very early on I mentioned on Twitter that I would have liked to see, and I'm glad they did this, which is in one of the adventures early on, they had a what were called, I think, show-ems, I believe is the name they gave to them. So as you're playing, I think it's in the Devil's Spine, so that as you're telling the story of the adventure, when they entered a new room or a new area, you could pull out this thing and show them what they were being described. And that's basically what this is it's just a giant book of artwork, of things in the Ninth World from different parts of the source book. I'm sure some of this original artwork is in here. Players, A lot of this, if you've kept up with the artwork on their website and whatnot that was shown through the Kickstarters, much of this will be familiar. But this just makes for a handy, what does something look like? Well, here is an idea. And plus, it's just really nice artwork. This is all excellently done, very nice to look at. And again, just a nice touch to box to finish it out. Okay, and so everything else should go right back in the way it came out. The art book goes in. There is your split up source book. Set of maps. Also, the character sheets are there. Character walkthroughs, signed artwork, PreGems, your cheat sheet. And then we can go in your weird deck, intrusion deck. There's your notebook, your fiction, XP deck, pencils, and I misspoke earlier. This is actually a pencil, not a pen, which makes sense, obviously, for role players. Gift card. Then there are our two large maps, our cloth map, and our play mat. Close the lid, slap it down, and that is your Reliquary Numenera box set from Monty Cook Games. Definitely a Kickstarter that was well backed, I think, on my part. This will look nice on the shelf along with all my other books. The leatherette dude, and I've got all the other stuff, of course. So because I'm a big nerd and I spend money. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed this video. As we get other stuff in, we'll try to do the same thing. If, of course, it's interesting enough for an unboxing. This is kind of a unique type of item that you don't get to see every day with role-playing. Otherwise, I am Michael Feenan for the9thworld.com. Be sure to stop by. You can submit content to the website, look at things other people have submitted, and help grow the community. You can also sign up at hub.cyphercast.net to sign up for the Cyphercast network. We've got community forums there for everybody to come take part in. Share your ideas, talk to other GMs and players, whatever the case may be. And until next time, keep Numenera weird.